And one thing to note about the final moments of this trial that's interesting is once the judge gives the jury these instructions, which he is set to do, he said it'll take about an hour as he explains to them what they are supposed to be considering, what the law is that they're supposed to be considering, which the two parties did not do in their closing arguments yesterday. That is reserved specifically for the judge here, is that as the jury goes into that jury room, Trump and his legal team actually must remain inside the courthouse as the jury is here deliberating what their verdict is going to be. They have to stay here in case they do reach that verdict in short order. Of course, we don't know how long it'll take the jury. I do have CNN's Paula Reed and John Berman here with me. And Paula, obviously, I should note Trump has more family members in tow with him today. Donald Trump Jr. is seated next to Alina Habba in that first row behind his father. He actually just recently, made an appearance here at this case. But it is notable that Trump has to stay inside the courthouse as the jury is going to be in that jury room deliberating. We don't know how long it could take.
Yeah, he's going to hate that. He's made it clear he doesn't like the case, but he also doesn't like the courthouse. He really just does not enjoy being in there. So he's going to probably be like a caged tiger, and that'll be something for his lawyers have to deal with. And it really stinks for anyone, obviously, to be a defendant in a criminal case. It's stressful. You're waiting, but they have no idea how long they'll wait. Even when the jury does come back with a note, it could just be a question. So this is going to be a challenging few days for him.
Well, and I should note the courtroom has just been told that once the judge does begin the jury charge, those jury instructions, no one can leave or enter the room. I mean, that could be challenging for Trump's guests, who often we're seeing going in and out of the room or coming in later, John, than the other ones as witnesses were testifying in this case.
It strikes me that Donald Trump chose not to speak before he entered the courtroom today. He often does. It's a reminder that the next time we hear from Donald J. Trump, he could be a convicted felon. I mean, it's not inconceivable that the next time he speaks before cameras like that, the jury will have gone back into that jury room, begun deliberations, and then come out with a verdict. I mean, this is truly an historic moment here. We are in uncharted territory, and it's really interesting to think about the possible implications of what's going on here and how much is just unknown in that building still.
That's a great point, because Trump has spoken almost every single day, if not every single day, that he has walked into that courtroom. He didn't speak last night, which wasn't totally surprising. It was a very late evening. He had an event to go to, the campaign said. But for him not to speak going into the room, I mean, he certainly is speaking a lot on social media and in comments he's been making to others about this case. But it does say something that he had nothing to say.
Yeah, or he has so much to say, and his lawyer suggested that he not say it at this very sensitive moment because jurors are about to get their mission statement, the instructions from the judge. We haven't even seen these yet. The lawyers have them, but we don't know what exactly they're going to be told. And the way the judge describes how they need to approach this task, this can really shape the outcome of this case. So this is such a critical moment, and it definitely, I'm sure, is a huge relief to his attorneys that he did not speak heading into this incredibly important day.
Yeah, and we've seen the relationship that this jury has developed with the judge, as he is often very much looking out for them, their schedules, what they have to do, whether or not they're getting exhausted. Yesterday, during that very lengthy closing argument from the prosecution, CNN's Ellie Honig is at the Magic Wall. And Ellie, obviously we have been following this now. We are in the 7th week of this trial, and this is really the do or die moment where we will find out what the jurors themselves, who have been largely expressionless during most of this trial, you can't really read what they are thinking as they are hearing from these attorneys and these witnesses. Now we'll get to find out what exactly, how they've seen all of this evidence and how they